Hi! Due to the way YouTube works, I want to make a quick announcement before this video. If you like this video, please consider hitting the like button or leaving a small comment. It really helps. If you feel like helping even more, you can check my Patreon or Ko-fi accounts. All the links are in the description box. Thank you! Greetings! In today's video, I want to have a bit of fun with a very limited palette. This palette of 3 colors is inspired by Swedish artist Anders Zorn's palette. It is said that he would often use the same 4 colors to do his paintings, supplementing with other colors only if needed. He would use oil paints, which don't exactly work like watercolors. I wanted to see if I could find watercolors that would get close to his palette when mixed. Mr. Zorn used lead white, yellow ochre, vermilion, and ivory black. Lead white and vermilion are not often used anymore as they are toxic and/or expensive. Yellow ochre is still very common, as is ivory black. When looking at watercolors to match these, I decided to omit the white in favor of the paper's white. I compared colors and brands and ended up picking 3 Schmincke colors. I chose yellow ochre, cadmium red light, and neutral gray. Yellow ochre is what it is. It's a color that doesn't change a lot and is very easy to find. I matched the vermilion to the cadmium red light. From what I read, researched, and saw, it's fairly close to the vermilion color that was once used. For the ivory black, I had a harder time finding a matching color. When used in oil paint, ivory black is black when pure, but tints into a bluish-gray color when you add in white. I wanted to find a black color that would lighten in the same kind of bluish color, but that didn't have a blue mass tone. I found a similar color in Schmincke's neutral gray. It's a mix of 3 colors that makes for a black paint that dilutes with a hint of blue. I loved that this one didn't have any black pigment in its mix. I was a bit worried that having a black pigment in a color would perhaps dull any mix with the color. I used an enamel tin for the 3 colors that I just poured at the bottom. I let these dry before I made the color chart and swatches. I love these 3 colors, they make an interesting muted palette. The greens and purples are very muted, as is to be expected by using a near black in place of a blue. There are many colors that could serve as muted skin tones in these mixes, either intense or diluted. I set out to paint 2 small demo sketches. I wanted to test the colors on a landscape, but also on a human figure. The colors reactivated nicely and mixed really well. Not much of a surprise, as these are Schmincke paints and a very good quality. As I painted, I noticed that these colors lean on the semi-opaque side a lot. It's not an issue, really, but it made me reconsider not including white in the set. I had omitted it because I feared its opacity would make for flat, dull, semi-opaque colors. Now, I wonder if it might help me get a wider range of colors if mixed in with the other three. As you may know, adding in white to colors also tends to cool them. I'm thinking that perhaps mixing white into my black might bring up more of the blue tint. It's something I'll have to experiment with, possibly using white gouache. As some of my main colors are semi-opaque anyway, I feel less weird about adding an opaque white in the palette. The paints layered well and I had no issues at all while painting. I also quite enjoyed the limited palette. It really falls along some of my preferences. What do you think of these three colors? Have you tried to paint using Zorn's colors before? Let me know in the comments below. Take care, bye bye.